1960s, some of the most difficult man-made disasters occurred when about 40 church buildings were burned or bombed in the state of Mississippi. This was during the Civil Rights Movement. More than 3,000 African American Christians were robbed of a place to worship. Only about 10 of the 40 congregations had been involved in protest actions. The burnings were considered attempts to terrorize the people into submission. As a Christian answer to hate and prejudice, Mennonite volunteers from 10 states and 2 provinces helped rebuild 5 churches for African Americans and 2 for Choctaw Indians after the bombings. Most of the buildings belonged to small congregations who were too poor to rebuild them. In the town of Boology, Alabama, 3 churches burned between December 1995 and January 1996. Of the 3, Mount Zor Baptist had the least amount of resources to rebuild. The congregation invited MDS to help them rebuild their church. The Mount Zor Church rebuild was chosen as a summer youth program, and 10 youth groups were selected to participate. And so what took just minutes to destroy during the night of January 11 would take 3 months to rebuild.
I'd like to introduce our bus drivers. The gentleman who I'm assuming will start us off is John Landis, and
hearing about what was going on in the South and how wrong I thought it was, that we should help to try to fix it.
I wanted to help the members of the church in rebuilding their church, and also for the fellowship.
My dad had gone on MDS a couple years. He did flood cleanup in South Carolina, building houses, so he said it was a really good experience.
My parents' names are Tim and Linda, and I like to travel.
I play piano, I like to read,
and when I have time, I like to bake.
What else should I say?
The Youth Project is set up like any MDS long-term project. The staff include project director, construction foreman, office manager, hostess, cook, and crew leaders to teach and work with the youth. Each summer, they need leaders who relate well to youth and enjoy teaching us building skills. In Boology, we also needed the advanced team who prepared things before we got there.
If our church was burned, we would probably feel pretty much the same way that they do, because it's like an important part of your lives.
We're all in this together. If something happens to someone else, we should probably all try to help and pick up the slack. Like, if someone burned down my church, I'd kind of be glad if someone came down and helped me build it back.
It feels good to help other people. Without us, the MDS, they might not been able to build another church. I mean, I'm just grateful that we can help them in their need, in their time of need.
It's been a really great experience. I've had a lot of fun, and I've learned new things and met new people, and I would come again. I've learned how to drywall and learn more about culture in the Deep South and how people can be so friendly and thankful for what they have.
I never did drywall before, and now I'm working on electrical stuff. Never did that before either.
I haven't gotten any problems sleeping. I mean, I hit the sack and I'm off like a light.
It's really fun. I mean, working with all your friends and knowing that you're helping out people and just working for the Lord and just helping other people is just really, it's really moving and it's just really fun. Getting to know other people, it's a great chance.
Catfish dinner, I mean, that was pretty much of a highlight for me.
I enjoyed the catfish fry with the church members.
That was fun because we got to interact with the people.
You saw, really exactly who this was for, and, it kind of made you feel good that they really did appreciate what you were doing.
I think it was really neat meeting the members of the church, because I know that if people were coming to help us rebuild a church or something, I would be so grateful, and I wouldn't know how to show it, but they're so warm, and the Southern people are so much warmer than I think that we would be. And I'm not how to say that, but they're just everyone just laughing and talking, and they're really nice.
Holy cow, he's the man.
You get to know a lot of people. I'm getting to know people that I've known all my life even better.
It's also to bond with the MYF group. I mean, I think that brings us together, more staying together, working together.
You just feel better, when you're volunteering and doing it for someone instead of yourself.
At the end of the week, we're tired, but we're happy. And that's when the kids go home happy and feel like they've done some things, why we're happy too.
The highlight of the week was putting the steeple on top. We did it a couple days ago, and I was inside at the time, but I heard that we were going to do it. So I ran outside, everybody dropped what they were doing and just stood and watched for a couple minutes. That was really exciting.
You're welcome to sing, you're welcome to pray, you're welcome to shout, you're welcome to clap your hands, you're welcome to pat your feet, and you're just welcome to be yourself. Please, in Jesus' name, won't you come back again?
The persons who came to Bowling Green, to Mount Zora Baptist Church, to rebuild this church, came because they loved the Lord. They came because they loved the Lord's people. And they came because they wanted to share the Lord's love.
I need to cease saying Little Mount Zora. Little Mount Zora has outgrown all of us. It is no longer Little Mount Zora. It reaches throughout Pennsylvania. It reaches now throughout New York. Reaches up through Canada. Out through our neighbor in Mississippi and Georgia. Ohio and other places across this nation. It is no longer a little church. It is God's church.
It was a lot of fun, even. Just for a selfish reason, it was a lot of fun, but also because it really feels good helping people out.
Would you do it again if you had the chance?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
During 1995 and 1996, more than 40 youth advisors phoned the MDS office seeking a summer youth project for their youth groups. Over the past few years, youth groups have worked at Homestead, Florida, Franklin, Louisiana, Des Moines, Iowa, Hannibal, Missouri, Alabama, and St. Thomas. MDS needs youth. Typically, summer is the slow season for MDS volunteers, so youth provide a great resource. It's important that youth learn about MDS service. After all, we're tomorrow's MDS leaders.
I understand you're being left behind by this group. How does it feel to be rejected by the group?
They think I didn't do enough work on the place, so, they sort of just kicked me off the bus. And now I have to stay till some kinder group comes along and lets me ride back to them, I mean, because maybe if, they're going to Canada, they can drop me off somewhere near New York, and then, I can catch a ride.